Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Decant Boutique's channel. My name is Timmy, your host from the channel Imagine Scent, and today we have the top 10 best-selling niche fragrances from the website. Let's jump right into it. Let's not waste any time. Number 10 spot, we have Himalaya by Creed. I own this bottle. This is amazing fragrance. I wear this a lot to work. I recommend it a lot for work, especially in the summertime, because this has a very gentlemanly, professional, and super cooling vibe, which lends in very well in the hot sun. You'll feel refreshed, you'll feel professional in this fragrance. I highly recommend it. Himalaya by Creed, very much a hidden gem. Next one we have here is Original Vetiver by Creed. This one smells similar to Mugler's Cologne by Mugler. If you tried that one, nice soapy clean vibe, but a lot more refined. You can feel the ingredients is a lot more high quality, but the smell itself very similar to Mugler Cologne. So if you like Mugler Cologne, you like the clean soapy vibe, but you want a more high quality, more luxurious smelling one, more refined if you will, go for Original Vetiver. It works super well in the summer, but it also works well every time as well, because there's really no bad time to smell like you just took a shower. And it lasts pretty much the whole entirety of the day. It just sticks onto your clothes. This is the type of fragrance that you don't even need to spray on yourself. You can spray on your shirt over and over again and it smells completely fine, because again, it smells like very clean soap. So in the summertime, if you just want to smell clean, go with Original Vetiver. Next one, we have Parfums de Mali's Percival. This one is new release from Parfums de Mali, not their newest release, but a new release last year. This one is reminiscent of something that's just very fresh. So you take Original Vetiver, which is a soapy, fresh, clean soap fragrance. Percival is a fresh shower gel-like fragrance that reminds you a lot of blue fragrances like Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, all those fragrances that smells like blue shower gel. Percival is like a niche version of that. It smells in the designer vein, but it does have a lot more depth. You can smell a lot more layers to the fragrance. So if you want an upgrade, which is what niche fragrances generally are at times, is that they can either be super unique and on its own, or they can be upgraded version of designer fragrance. So you want an upgraded version of blue fragrances or blue shower gel fragrances, Percival is a good choice. Next up we have one of my personal favorite from Creed. This one is called Europa. This one smells of, man, marine, yacht, it has some salty feeling to it, but it has a lot of luxurious feeling to it as well. It really is like you're on a yacht, smelling the sea breeze, smelling the ocean breeze. It's beautiful. It's very marine, but very regal at the same time. Creed does fresh fragrances so well, and this one is no exception. I love Europa. To me, this one does last on my skin a little bit weaker, but in the hot sun, it should do around 5 to 6 hours, which is still fine. But in other seasons, it does quite poorly. So this one I would say is highly recommended just for the summertime. I wouldn't recommend it any other time, unless you're just indoors, which is, any fragrance really works indoors. But if you're to be outdoors, fall time, winter time, don't really recommend this one. But for summer and spring, this is a phenomenal scent, especially if you live near the coast. You like to go on the boat a lot, or you like to go to the beach. This one is top-notch beach summer fragrance from Creed. Moving on to a number 6 bestseller now. This one is from Bond number 9. This one is Scent the Peace for Him. Man, very fruity, a lot more sweet. This one is compared a lot to Aventus, or compared a lot to Aventus inspired clone. This one to me is very different from Aventus. It does share a similar kind of very fruity opening, but this one is a lot sweeter. A lot sweeter. Aventus focused more on the heavier elements. The fruity notes, the birch notes, the ambergris, the bergamot is more zesty than anything else. This one leans a lot more on the sweet side. So if you take pineapple as a fruit, Aventus focuses more on the citrusy side of pineapple, while this one focuses more on the sweeter side of the pineapple. So there's definitely a place for this fragrance in your collection, even if you have Aventus, because this is a totally different vibe. Sometimes you might want to smell more playful, but you still want to wear Aventus, but you want to be more playful. Scent the Peace for Him is one of those fragrances that's really good for that. Oh man, it smells so good. So yeah, number 6, if you want a more playful Aventus, Scent the Peace for Him. Before we get into a top 5, I want to remind you guys that all the fragrances that's listed in this video, we have samples for it down in the description below. You can go check those out after the video if you want to try any of these fragrances for yourself. Next one, we have Acqua di Palma's Colonia Essenza. Bam, very old school, cologne-y, piney. Man, it just smells classic. This is really classic men's cologne. If you're into the classic men's cologne vibe, if you're into kind of a barbershop vibe, this one will be one of your favorite fragrance. I swear, it's just so good. If you like those fragrances in any given way, you have not tried this one yet, I highly recommend you try it. Cologne/barbershop vibe is personally not not my favorite genre of fragrance, but this one just smells universally safe and universally good enough to where I really don't mind it. It just smells clean, it smells safe, it smells gentlemanly, it smells classic, it has a lot of old school character to it, mixed with a lot of modern freshness that's not in a lot of the old school fragrances, which makes this one very appealing, even in the modern days. Even though it's a barbershop, it still works in 2019. So that's one thing I highly appreciate with this fragrance. Man, Acqua di Parma, Colonia Essenza. This list really has a lot for everyone. There's one for everything. There's one for the modern office, there's one for the outgoing people, and this one is more for the classical people, if you like classic cologne, classic stuff. So yeah, Acqua di Parma, Colonia Essenza. Check this one out, number 5. Moving on to number 4 now, this one is another playful take on Aventus. This one is Mancera Cedrat Boisé. This one is amazing, and for me, better than Aventus for nights out in my personal opinion, because Aventus has gotten me some negative feedback before in the past for being a little bit too aggressive. This one is less aggressive, easier to wear, and a little bit more youthful than Aventus. Aventus is very masculine, very heavy hitting. Depends on what batch you have of Aventus as well. It could be slightly more smoky or it could be slightly more fruity. This one at least stays very consistent in its own smell. It smells like a youthful, playful Aventus that I really enjoy. And the batch situation staying the same is also a big help, because every time you buy a bottle, you know you're getting the exact same smell. So yes, Mancera Cedrat Boisé, definitely a good alternative to Aventus, especially when it comes to nights out or signature scent situations. This next one, number 3 spot, is one of the more popular fragrances from Le Labo. This one is Bergamot 22. Straight up, just zesty bergamot, as simple as they can come. This one is just beautiful bergamot. It's like, man, it has some floral in here as well, but the main forefront is bergamot. So if you take the fruit bergamot, you surround it in floral notes and you surround it in bits of nuances of the other notes in this fragrance, you'll get Bergamot 22. So if you love the note of bergamot, you want a really nice clean bergamot, this one is one that you should definitely try, because that's really all it is. It's just straight up bergamot, and it smells absolutely wonderful. So Bergamot fans, number 3 spot, Bergamot 22 by Le Labo. Number 2, heavy hitter in this one, very popular in the community. This one is Elysium Eau de Parfum. Man, Elysium to me, I would say personally, not my favorite scent in the world, but I definitely see why people like it. This one to me always smells similar to a combination between Dior Sauvage and Aventus. So it takes the freshness off the top of Dior Sauvage and mixed it with the fruity bergamot pineapple-ness of Aventus, also with the deep rich vibe of Aventus as well. So it takes those two fragrances combined to make Elysium Eau de Parfum. And it smells really nice, because Sauvage smells really nice, Aventus smells really nice, so Elysium also smells very mass appealing as well. So a lot of people love it. I personally think is a little bit redundant, but the sales say what it says, man. People love this one. It's at the number 2 most sold summer fragrance in the niche category for a good reason. It does smell really good. So if you want a fragrance that just works for you and that would just be mass appealing for you, Elysium Eau de Parfum is definitely one to take a look at. All right, last one. I do own a bottle of this, and this one is one of the most useful fragrance in my collection personally. This one is Molecule 01. This one is a lifesaver. It's a type of scent that's quite controversial because you can't smell it yourself, but everyone else around you can smell it. I've gotten many compliments with Molecule 01, even though I can't smell it myself. And it's perfect because it doesn't even smell like a fragrance. It smells like your natural skin, your natural scent. So no one really cares if you wear Molecule 01 in situations like restaurant, meetings, anything, because it just smells so natural. And that's why it's so useful, because there's a lot of occasions where you don't really want to smell like cologne, or the sun is too blazing hot outside, you don't want to smell like cologne. This one is one that I always grab during those type of situations because it always works. And some people might not believe it, but try it out first, try it out for a few days, and you'll see the magic. Really, it's a really nice scent. I was skeptical at first too, but now I truly love this scent. It will stay in my collection forever. So number 1, very deserving number 1 spot, Molecule 01. All right, that is it for this video on top 10 best-selling niche summer fragrance. Thank you so much for watching. Check out all the fragrances down in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and bye.